we are back to .hack GU last recode. As you can see, Haseo has made a couple wardrobe changes, and this must indicate we're going to be playing a little of Volume 4 Reconnection. Volume 4 was exclusive to the last recode remaster, and is really more of a playable epilogue to the trilogy than a standalone chapter itself. Really kind of neat how they did it with a bunch of different animations rather than just using the in-game engine. It has a distinctive style to it. Unfortunately, it's rather stripped down, and there isn't too much you could do aside from run some preset levels. It does, however, boast the largest roster of characters you could pull from to party up with, and a pretty interesting special trigger. Not to mention a flat-out badass looking sword, which is more than enough for me. We are in Mac Anu at this point. I believe all the other towns are down at this point. Mac Anu is the only one left. I'm sorry, apparently you could go to Tartarga as well. What's in Netslum? Wonder if we can access our at-home here. Yeah, looks like we can. Nope, unavailable. All of the features are down, the game is dying at this point. Okay. We'll switch back to Mac Anu because I just like Mac Anu better. I completely forgot you could get a Netslum in this. It's been a while. And it's been a while since we've played some GU. It's been about a week. Thank you for those who were patiently waiting for me to get back to it. The Diablo 3 streams for Halloween were fantastic. I love doing little events like that to break up the monotony, but .hack content is the bread and butter of what I'm doing here. It's certainly getting a very positive response, so we will always do something to this effect on a regular basis. Let's go ahead and pick our party, and as you can see, we got peoples. Right now the Saku side of Sakubo is busy, but Bo's still there, and you've got all of these characters to choose from, even Tabby for some reason. Big one, you can play with Ovan in your party, previously undoable in the games. So yeah, we're just going to team up with Ovan on this one. And who do we want? Who else do we want to go? Oh, let's take Adelaide. Hit the Chaos Gate here, and yeah, you can't even generate area words at this point. They have some preset ones, so let's go to the bookmark here. These are all of the, story ones, and then there's the Holgron's Cathedral, Hidden Forbidden Holy Ground, my favorite place in the game. Use it to create a level 150 area. Agonizing, dismayed, defeatism. Yeah, let's go there. Why not? We're maxed out. No point in not doing it, right? Okay. Nice little area here. Let's go ahead and, I keep hitting circle. I'm so used to playing Fragment at this point. Let's hit a Fairy Queen orb, check out the map. Looks like we could take the short route straight across, but there's a little detour where we could head down on the map for a few rooms, and I think we'll take that detour because there's no point in not doing it. There's something heavy in the next room.
It's my turn.
Aruabata. Those were the bane of our existence in the forest of pain.
It's not over yet. Go. Come on, take that. This is it.
And as you can see here, we could just grab different phases with our skill trigger now instead of just changing weapons. We did the Terror of Death on that one. We're going to finish up here with the Rebirth.
Devil's verdict.
Not that he wasn't already dead from the Terror of Death effect, but... let's do the propagation. Yeah, we're just going to be spamming Rengekis at this point because that's the fun. That's our payoff for finishing 3 volumes here. And let's go with Maha, the Tempter. Nope, I was a little late on that one. That'll teach me to let it run. So that's cleared. I wonder how we are on Chim Spheres. Yeah, I could use a few. Let's sort of sit here, kick some Chim. How's everybody doing out there? Doing well? I'm doing great. Sorry if the voice sounds a little raw. I did a lot of talking yesterday. Between work and I ended up uploading 3 videos yesterday. There was a retro video, my part 2 for Castlevania 3 that came out I'd recorded that Friday, but it came up yesterday. And then I came home to a bit of a surprise, a custom Halloween dungeon sent to me by Spooky for the Azure Twilight server on .hack fragment. So I dove right into that once I got a little surprise set up for my son. Did a little treasure hunt for him as a way to get some candy in lieu of trick-or-treating this year. But we had gone ahead and... Interesting, this must have been an event or a cutscene or something. Can't imagine going to all that work just to leave the room empty. But I uploaded that, did a real detailed run of everything in the dungeon, and just sort of gave a perspective of what my in-character thoughts were throughout. So that was a really neat surprise, and was thrilled to do it. Then we did a Diablo 3 live stream to finish off Halloween, and when I say we, it's actually a plural on this one. I got my wife to jump on, do some commentary as well, so... and do Mirage of Deceit here. That's definitely worth a look, just because it's somebody who's not me droning. Now we'll do Maha the Temptress. This is probably one of my favorite visuals due to the rose petals. And yeah, finished up recording the audio for the Weekend Warrior that's going to be dropping here in a couple hours. So feel free to check that out. It's going to be a very .hack day for me. It is kind of fun to just spam these. It really is. Yeah, we'll give up the water dragon. At this point, the items are just superfluous. I really don't have anything else to do with them. Let's use Pure Medallion. Beat Adelaide to the punch there, and then follow it up with an Icon of Purity to get her some of those SP back. Mainly just doing Volume 4 today because I had no clue what else to do, and I didn't want to skip the stream. Probably sit down and figure out some of the things I've yet to accomplish in the previous volumes and give those a look for next stream. Probably going to do GU on Sundays, and I don't know, I've kind of been missing golf. I like to golf regularly, and it's something that sadly got away from me this year. Hit an Avatar Awakening, get this wonderful action anime cutscene here.
This should do it.
I don't know if that'll do it, but it'll certainly do damage. But yeah, I think I may try some Everybody's Golf on Wednesdays. See how that goes.
This is it. Die. That was easy.
And yeah, we'll give up the Wrath White too. It's so weird how even the fields feel so much emptier in this one. On the one hand, I know that this wasn't meant to be a full-fledged game, and it's more of a thank you to fans of the series, a way of wrapping things up. But on the other hand, it does fit the tone of the game and the intent of what they were doing rather well, showing that, hey, this is it for the World R2. But it gives you a chance to sort of get those last adventures in with everyone and take your party out one last time. I suppose this wouldn't be a bad thing to solo with Volume 4.
Merciless decapitation.
Heck, that would probably be the smartest thing, wouldn't it? Oh well. I really just enjoy the rose petals flying around there. That is an awesome animation. Adley really worried about Ovon's health there. So hopefully you had a happy Halloween. I certainly did. Watching my son go through always figures best laid plans. I wrote up a little treasure map for him, and the first thing he did was misread my handwriting. Tried to throw him off a little bit on it, but right away he's like, "Did you write this?" And I sort of had to play dumb until it was all over, and then yeah, I gave it away. Sort of forgetting my fingers there on the items meant for an icon of purity to get some of those skill points back up, and just didn't hit the right thing at the right time ever. Really like the aesthetic of this outdoor setting. Probably my favorite field type in the GU games. It's open, but it's confined. This and the Forest of Pain, probably my favorites.
It's my turn.
How's that? Yeah, this is This is it. Come on. Yeah, this is it. What? Take that. This is it. Go, we die. Go. This is the end.
Well, let's see here. Let's do the Prophet. Trying to remember which ones we haven't done. There we go. The Machinator. How silly of me. Where are my manners? I should have Fairy Queen Orb. Okay. Just sort of a winding path. Got a little bit of a detour there at about the halfway point. We face a lot of these Abados. They sort of feel like a cop-out at this point. We've been facing them for the majority of the last 2 volumes, it feels. Large part of that was running the Forest of Pain. And if you're into marathons, that Forest of Pain revisit was certainly one. Gonna skip the animation on this because once you've seen one Avatar Awakening, you've seen them all. You know, little boy gets thawed out of the block of ice to save the water tribe. Not the right Avatar? My bad. Harvest clerics are great because they're gonna heal you no matter what. Granted, that's what the AI is set to, you know, preservation of life. That's how I have the character set up, but
Don't let it counterattack.
I just feel like that's one of those classes that's going to heal and heal and heal and nothing else.
This is it.
Use my dinky little dash there. Let's go with the Mirage of Deceit.
Confusion flight. Devil's verdict. Come on. This is it.
Also love how quickly this resets. There's no recharge, no skill trigger. Just go right at it. No kidding around with what they're doing here. This is ability spam at its finest.
Just getting warmed up.
All reps! All reps!
Got those little dots there indicating the way I've already gone, which is thankful because I get sidetracked enough. Almost got discovered there. That would be embarrassing for a fully realized terror of death, wouldn't it?
This is it. What? Come on.
I do like the little tri-edge detail on Oban's normal attacks there.
This is it.
Also loving the fact that these Zanabados, now that they're taking damage, are still healing like crazy.
Bloom of destiny.
Love that one.
This is it. Come on.
The Machinator, it's like the cotton candy laser light show. Just awesome for all of the right reasons. Yeah, let's do the propagation again.
Unforgiving blood.
Just that quick, we've got another awakening charge stuff. What do you know?
Let's keep this up.
Yeah, Volume 4 is definitely a once in a while thing, but I don't see myself streaming it too much. It's a cool thing, and I'm glad it's there, but there's just not a ton of things to do here. I guess I could start a new file and start it from the beginning, but I don't really want to.
I'm sorry.
I've tried going the new file and start from the beginning route before, and just didn't have that feel for me. These haven't been games I've really wanted to replay every little way from the beginning.
This should do it.
But there's certainly things that I love to revisit and play with what I've acquired, if that makes sense.
How's that? This is it.
Like, there's always some games I find that you could go back in and play brand new, and it never feels old, it never feels dated. Strangely for me, it's a lot of games that really haven't aged well overall that fit that category. For instance, I love the first Final Fantasy, and I could start a new party and just play that forever if I wanted. Would never bug me. the story is there, it is linear, but there is enough of a variety and things to do that you never really feel constrained to having to go a certain direction, even though you already know the route. And then you get to games like this where so many of the things I collected were kind of a struggle and weren't as grindy as that game, but definitely didn't feel as natural to get into. And I just think I could do it over, but the beginning was so long ago. I guess I get just lazy as far as gaming goes. I think I missed that Rengeki trigger there. I did, but we hit Terror of Death, so instead of getting the trigger, we just did a ton of damage. Finished off the second one with the second trigger. Even had a nice OV on commenting on Corbenic's ability, so that was a neat little tie-in. Probably do 2 dungeons at the rate this is going. Switch up party for the second one. Third block. Go ahead, hit our Fairy Queen orb. Looks like there's at least 4, and we got a lot of rooms to check out before backtracking for that exit. So let's go ahead and hit our medallions. Pure medallion, of course, just sort of there. It's the icon of purity that we really need to keep up because we're using a lot of skills here. Don't have Shino, the SP tank, with us. Took Shino and Alcade for the bulk of the Forest of Pain. That worked out really, really well, that party. I was happy with it.
This is it.
Reminded me that I might need to flesh out skill sets in Volume 3 a bit more, but I wasn't too overly worried about it. We got through everything we needed to get through. And I think there was only one block where we failed any objectives. I just got so used to, you know, the scythe attack on this that it feels weird to not use the Terror of Death.
This is it. How's that? This is it.
Of course, Adley is pretty much doing the job of filling that gauge for us. And we'll double trigger because they're just fun to look at. They really are. We'll do the Temptress again.
This won't be a problem.
Gave me a chance to get a drink here. And we got a Jurgle shell, or a Yurgle shell. I'm not quite sure what the pronunciation would be. I'm not too concerned with finding out. I say we go all the way up first, since we have to do that, and we'll just hit the little side routes on the way. Are these all steam doors? That's kind of lame. Kind of missed the trap doors. I'm not gonna lie, I missed the trap doors. Like that quick button press sequence there. Avatar Awakening will make this a quick one, and then we'll make the battle a quick one. Got a weapon level up for Adley. That's cool. And got 2 items we'll never use. Okay, this would have been another story room. You can tell because we have sort of a metal plating here. Then we're going to move our way up. Check out this top room here. And you can tell from those heavy footsteps in the background. Yep, we got a couple more Abatos.
Not bad.
Ovan's got the droll retorts all covered for me, so I can just do commentary. Another nice thing about having him in the party, I don't have to be the dry, sarcastic one.
Merciless decapitation. Bewitching wind.
I promise I'll pick a different skill trigger for the second attempt on this one.
This is it. Go. This is
Do the Prophet.
will of the gods.
And yeah, let's do the Reaver. Big giant gun, that's a good thing.
Devil's verdict. Just getting warmed up.
Of course, very few things are actually sticking around long enough for that second attack. Not a complaint at this point, just pointing out the facts as they lay. Got a bit of a side passage here, and then there's one in the set of rooms right below us, so we'll check those out. Looks like we've got ourselves a lucky animal, too. Gonna wait for the party to catch up here. Looks like they got stuck at the door. Yep. So, time to kick a lucky animal, and,
I understand you very fast. As a result, I give you this.
got 16,000 gold that we can't really spend on anything, but still, that's cool. Another cool thing, we're getting ambushed by Chim assassins. I don't know why, I just kinda love these guys. There we go, we got through that, no problem. And I got turned around, so diversion successful. Wait, you can interact with the well? Oh, okay. You kick the well, you get a Chim. That's awesome. I didn't even know that was... You learn something new every day. And then you spend the Chim Spheres you just acquired on a steam door. Man, those guys are really camped out at the door there.
This is it. How's that? This is it. This is it.
Let's do the propagation.
Unforgiving.
Propagation and Machinator. I think those are the most elegant ones. That's what we'll do here. And we have an Awakening all set, so next battle's gonna be nice and quick.
Take that. This is it.
So yeah, the untargeted Abato managed to survive two phase awakenings. Isn't that great? Just a whole bunch of empty rooms. Very sort of foretelling of the world as it's in its closing stages of R2. This, of course, set in the final days before. Don't want to get too heavy into the spoiler details. Though I guess I'm hitting one just with this party configuration. Still. If you got the character, you run the character, right?
Don't let it counterattack. How's that? This is it.
Almost forgot about the Awakening there.
Oh no, you don't. This should do it.
Well, we've impressed Ovan, at least. I suppose that's all we could really ask for in this life. I think that just about covered everything in this block, so let's open up this steam door and head to the next. Down to 989 chim spheres, which really doesn't do anything but annoy the hell out of me. Just because I like having them full. No real reason beyond that. Fourth block here. Again, thank you if you're joining us. A grumpy old guy gaming doing some .hack GU last recode. Popped into volume 4 today because we just wound up an awful lot of Halloween content and I really didn't think of anything intentional to do. So hopping on here for a quick dungeon. Hopefully everybody's doing well on this first day of November. And by quick, of course, I mean at least 5 blocks. This one's going to take us up and then down before we get to the exit. While we have a moment, refill our skill points. This is probably the first time that Haseo has been lowest on skill points. Usually that designation is all Adelaide.
Not bad.
Leobato.
This is it. This is it. Take that. This is it. Let's do this. Go. This is it.
Deceit.
Confusion flight.
And followed up with the Avenger.
Orb of revenge. How's that? This is it. It's not over yet. Go.
Terror of Death.
Merciless decapitation.
And the Machinator. Machinator, Machinator. Somebody tell me how that's said. I like Machinator, it just feels more natural to me. Right, I said I wanted to go up first. Didn't say I wanted to keep spending chim spheres to do it though. Looks like we'll have a decent chance to collect some after this next battle, so we'll probably go ahead and do that.
Not bad. Come on.
Got ourselves a Xanaboto and a Leobato. That was neat. Our attack animation took us out of harm's way there. Not gonna argue with that.
Unforgiving punch.
I kind of feel like you're only shortchanging yourself if you're not hitting these triggers. One, you're getting the extra points for the Rengeki. Two, they're sort of your superhero attacks, and you gotta enjoy the supers while you can.
Confusion flight. Bloom of destiny. Just getting warmed up.
Plus, some of them feel just absolutely badass. They really do. And the wrong way there, as we are wont to do. Heavy footsteps on the other side of the door here. Can only mean Morobato.
Come on. This is it.
Before they get a chance to cast, let's hit this Awakening. And they're down that quick. So we'll just pretend that whole thing never happened and kick some chim in the interim. Just sort of taking it nice and smooth today. Of course, holidays coming up here. For those of us in the United States, we're a few weeks out from Thanksgiving already. So welcome, a very welcome thought for those of us who have been absolutely sick of the never-ending kick in the pants that 2020 has been. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, and that doesn't leave much of the calendar year left.
Not bad.
Of course, Canada's Thanksgiving is in October because Canadians are awesome and do all of the good things first. This is what I've gathered.
How's that? Take that! This is the truth! Come on! Yeah, this is it! Die! Merciless decapitation!
Nice, I wasn't even sure if we got that one.
Bewitching wind!
Yeah, I would say Terror of Death and Temptress are probably my go-to combination.
Let's do this! Come on! Yeah, this is it!
Gonna skip that one because it was too far along already. Skip the Hurricane Razor. And make our way back down. Do we have any side path? No. Got a side passage there at the very bottom, but for now it's just going to be a whole bunch of running. Dot Hack Running Simulator. Thank you all if you're watching this on the replay. Do appreciate the views. Check out a bunch of the channel's content here. We do some retro games, and we do a lot, an absolute ton of Dot Hack stuff. Not only do we have two Leobato, but they were running in lockstep, which is equal parts loud and creepy.
It's not over yet! This is it! This is the end!
Got up just in time to hit that trigger.
Unforgiving fun!
And let's see if we could hit the other one. Yep. Got the other one with the Devil's Verdict.
Not bad.
Corbenic's great for that if you could get the enemies lined up. Just catch everything in one nice, neat clip. I don't know why I never thought of using this well. I honestly didn't notice that it was an interactable item. Okay, that's awesome. I never noticed the ones with the magenta dots had that little cry when you kicked them.
This is it!
Always try to get that combo in there, and they always end up casting right in the middle of it. Let's go for the classic Terror of Death and then Rebirth.
Devil's Verdict! Come on!
Almost finished off the Leobato. So we'll take it out with some of our nifty chainsword play there. And we have an Awakening all geared up and ready to go for next battle. Move into the 5th floor here. 5th block, sorry. Working our way to 40 minutes. Made the most of my turning the clock back. If you're in an area that observes daylight savings time, then your clock's got set an hour back yesterday. Which is a little bit of a strange thing, I understand. A lot of places don't do it at all. To me, it's not too big a deal. It's what I grew up with, it's what I know, and it's kind of a neat little tradition. So we see, I believe that's the first treasure chest we've seen all board, which tells us that that's the statue room and the end of the dungeon, but we've got a few things to clear out before that, and I really want to go ahead and do that because there's no point in not 100%ing this. Come up to the steam door here. Once again, abatos abound.
It's my turn.
Ha! Take that! This is hot!
Just let that spell chase us around a bit. Use the old dash mechanic to its fullest. I need a drink, so we're gonna play this out. Enjoy the
Oh,
spirit
no, you
bomb,
don't.
folks.
This should do it! Just getting warmed up.
Ended that battle in a hurry. Keep going straight across here. Then work our way to the very bottom of the screen before backtracking to the middle for our chest.
Time for a quick attack.
I think if you have time to say a full sentence all premeditated and everything, we have to question the validity of it being a quick attack. That's just my personal feelings on it.
This is the true triad. This is it.
I've noticed a lot of people who cover the dot hack stuff really take exception to depictions of specifically Azure Kite in later games where he's given the tri-edge attack, because that's basically an Ovan thing, and the only reason Kite is shown to have an attack like that is to sort of throw you off the scent of who the person behind everything is. And that's a fair point, I guess. I kind of like to think it's an intentional sidestep that he just happens to have an attack that resembles it, and Ovan used that as a mask. But that, of course, is supposition. There's certainly nothing official to that thought. Completely missed the fact that we were already primed for a Rengeki there. My apologies. I got stuck in fanfic land and missed a mechanical dealie there. Make up for it here with the Mirage of Deceit, and probably gonna double trigger that into the Temptress, because once again, it's a cool looking attack. Maybe you're not into flowers? That's on you. And finish up with the Avenger here.
Alright, what's next?
Three items we couldn't use there. Working our way down now.
Not bad.
Those two Xanabato, nice enough to turn around there before we had to deal with them. And we knew they were just going to cast there, so we'll beat them to it. Skip the Rengeki triggers, and just go ahead and hit our double trigger here. See if we can't just take them out in one shot.
Just getting warmed up.
So yeah, there's no real point to get the bonus experience. I guess about the only reason you're looking for the Rengekis is to fill that awakening meter. Because honestly, just double triggering can get these fights done in no time. Once again, an empty room, so we're going to take the opportunity to kick a few chim, get our total back up here. Sort of a chance to chill out. Gonna pad the stream time a little, I know. As it is, we're coming up on 45 minutes here. So it's about where I'd typically want it anyway. Typically 45-50 minutes is what I'm going for. Gotta imagine one of those magenta suckers is coming up here soon. That'd pretty well top us off. Wow, just missed an entire cycle there. I guess I wasn't cued in on the button. I was hitting it, just didn't go. Yeah, that's what's happening. There, I missed the lead one. And hey, 3 for 3, we're back up to 999. More Chim Assassins coming. First time they're cute. Second time, not so much. Take them out in kind, and yeah, why not? Steam Door, let's spend some of the Chim Spheres we just harvested. Can't take it with you, right?
This is it! Unforgiving blood!
And a double trigger here should, in all effect, yep, there's the little chime. Got our awakening meter up to full.
I guess we did it.
So if we have any more battles, I think at most we'd have one anyway. We're all set for it. But no, I think we're good. I think that was the last one now that I'm looking at the map. Nothing to do now but head to that treasure chest and see what we pull. I think it would have to be a rather nice item for us to consider keeping, because again, we're in ultimate post game at this point. Head down the hallway here. Beautiful detail on the carpet, and yeah, just for the heck of it, let's hit our platform rest for the field. A light tower. Yeah, I think we're gonna give up on the light tower. It goes down quite a ways, doesn't it? Guess that's all the floors beneath us. So we'll go back to town. Got all S rank there and a soul garment that we once again won't hang on to. Hopefully you all enjoyed this. I had fun doing it. Check back Wednesday. Pretty sure we're going to do some everybody's golf. If golf's not your thing, then maybe next Sunday we'll get back to GU. That's the plan as it sits. As for now, this has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Thanking you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.